Peace, family. It's your guy, Boro, the Lucky Libra, and welcome to another episode at Garden of Consciousness, all right, where we help you plant seeds to grow into your higher self, all right? And y'all know when I pop up, most likely going to be an astrology episode, all right, family? So today, we're going to be getting into, we're going to have a manifestation talk. But we're going to be talking about manifestation through an astrological point of view. And as I do this, I'm basically going to be breaking down all four elements: air, earth, fire, and water, and explaining how all of these elements are needed in manifestation, period. All of these elements have to be practiced and exercised whenever we're dealing with manifesting anything, all right? So this is what we're going to be getting into, and we're also going to be understanding the elements more clearer, all right? So family, when we look at the yin and the yang, all right, we always say everything has a balance to it. We talk about the law of polarity in the within the universal laws, all right. I'm always emphasizing there's a balance to everything, all right, y'all. I'm Lucky Libra, so that's kind of my thing. Alright, so I'm always talking about balance. I'm always talking about understanding the opposite spectrum of any energy. If something's being fulfilled here, something's being unfulfilled over there. If something's being shed light on here, something is in the dark over there. There's always an opposite spectrum of something to look at. Alright, so that's one. You always got to keep that in mind. Now, when we look at the yin yang, alright, when we look at that, it shows us right there that there's duality. Alright, everything has the feminine, masculine, everything has a positive, negative charge, light, dark side. It is what it is in spirituality. All right. Now, when we talk about the elements, there's a yin and yang between the elements. All right. Now, when we talk about the elements, two of the elements are dealing with feelings and emotions. Two of the elements are dealing with logic and practicality. All right. So when we talk about fire and water, all right, fire and water is tapped into the yin realm. They're tapped into spirit. They're tapped into the subconscious. All right. They are the yin. All right. When we talk about yin yang, when we talk about yin, yin is feminine. Yin is receiving. Yin is honing in. When we talk about yang, yang is masculine. Yang is pushing out. So when we talk about fire and water are the yin of the yang. These are the internal. These are the subconscious. When we talk about air and earth, these are the yang. All right, these are the yang. These are the external. All right. Now, because it's dealing with logic, it's dealing with pushing out. All right. Now, this is the thing. The yin and yangs have yin and yangs. All right. So even though fire and water would be yin, fire and water, because they're dealing with the feelings. So that's the subconscious, and even though the yang, air and earth, is dealing with logic, which is more masculine, you pushing out, all right? When we split them up, let's look at the two yins. We have fire and water. They're both dealing with feelings. However, water is the yin side of the feelings. So this is the vibrations. This is the vibration side of the yin. This is the waters. This is the emotions. There's a difference between feelings and emotions, all right? Everybody has their natural emotional state, all right? But depending if your moon is in air, earth, water, fire, is how you process the feelings that you catch. You catch feelings. So my moon is in earth. Your moon could be in fire watching this right now, but we could catch the same feeling, and because I'm an earth moon and you're a fire moon, we process and deal with that feeling differently. So understand that, fam. You have your natural emotional state and you have feelings that you catch, and how we process and deal with different feelings. So when we go back to talking about the yin, the feminine side of the yin and the yang, when we split that up, we have fire and water. Water would be the yin yin, all right? We say yin yin twice because it's the yin side, the feminine side of the yin, all right? It's the honing in. It's the vibration. It's the internal. Fire would be the yang yin. Fire would be the masculine, pushed out side of the internal, all right? Whenever we're dealing with fire, that's an expression. That's a pushing out type of energy. But it's just that fire is being pushed out from the subconscious, all right? The water is the internal vibration aspect to it, okay? And right now we're just breaking down the elements, but the next phase we're gonna talk about is how we exercise these elements in order to manifest, all right? And a lot of us, all of us, we manifest every day too, guys. Understand that. You manifested the certain circumstance and situation you're in right now, the career you're in right now, all right? The house you're living in right now, the destination location you're in right now. You manifested all of these things. But right now we're trying to understand how to manifest consciously. Because every day we're manifesting subconsciously. Every day we're using air, earth, fire, and water in order to manifest certain things, and we bring certain things in our reality. So this is what we're going to understand. So we understand water is the yin side of yin, the feminine side. Fire is the yang, all right, the masculine side, the pushed out side of the subconscious. And when we go to air and earth, now this is the yang side of the yin yang. Now, when we split them up, air, earth. Earth would be the feminine side of the yang, all right? So this is the honing in. This is receiving from the external realm, all right? And cultivating, all right? And organizing and grounding. This is receiving, all right? All the earth signs are feminine signs. Then when we look at the air is the pushed out. This is the external realm of the logic, all right? Earth dealing with practicality. So when we're dealing with being practical and making sense of things, this is more internal. We're receiving and organizing our thoughts, all right? Air is pushing out the thought, pushing out the logic. So this would be the yang yin of the yang, all right, guys? So we have the ultimate, we have the overall yang yin, all right? Overall yang yin, okay? Feminine, masculine. But then when we split them up, the feminine was the feelings, the masculine was logic, all right? But when we split them up, all right, it's split up to water and fire, and water is the yin of the yin side, the yin half, and fire is the yang all right, of the the yin half. Then when we go to the yang, all right, side of the yin yang, we have earth, which is the feminine side of the yang, honing in, all right, organizing, all right, practicality, seeing how things are working, seeing how things are growing. Then we have air, which is the yang yin, pushing out the external, pushing out the expression, pushing out the logic, pushing out the thought that we were organizing, honing in, and trying to be practical about. All right? Now, guys, when we talk about manifesting, we're doing all, we need all of these. We need all of these. For any goals you guys have right now, we're about to fine tune those goals by seeing how we're gonna pinpoint all of these elements within what we're working on. All right? And you guys are already, you guys manifesting out there, you guys with goals that you haven't been letting up, your 6-month goals, year goals, whatever, you've already been doing these things. All right? We about to just really taking up another notch by just gaining more awareness of what we're actually doing. All right? So, each element is needed when it's coming to manifestation. Water, dealing with the feelings and emotions. Fire, dealing with how we see and feel about things. All right? Earth, dealing with practicality, being grounded, growing. All right? Stability, foundation, structure, organization. Then we have air, communication, logic, thoughts, relatability, relationships, people. All right? First, whenever we have to understand what's going on up there, all right, is happening first. All right, as above, so below, as above. But right in this realm, in this third dimension, this physical reality, we are experiencing the results of what our spirit is doing in a higher dimension. All right, so spiritually, esoterically, things is going out there. Your spirit is going through certain things out there. We're just playing out the physical result. All right. You in dire need of a relationship, or not dire need, you have a deep desire to want to relate, love, or be in a relationship or be loved. Up there, you're looking for love in the higher realm. You're literally looking for it. All right? Whatever state you're in now, this is whatever you feel and think now, your spirit is catching influences and dealing with these things on an esoteric level already. Okay? So, when we talk about manifesting, first, all right, first, let's talk about fire. All right, let's talk about fire. Fire deals with seeing, feeling, all right, because you can see fire, all right, it lights up, and then you can feel it. It got a temperament, it's hot, all right? So, whenever we catch a vision, whenever we see something, okay, that's fire, period. You see something, you catch a vision, you see it, you see the potential self of you, You see the potential career you can have. All right, you diving into fire. You're creating an image. All right, esoterically, your spirit. Esoteric, when you're dealing with creating visions or whatnot, your spirit is trying to create a space, or your spirit actually did create an image. All right, it created an idea. It created something that is looking at right now. All right, and it's already there pretty much. Esoterically, your spirit already looking at it. Remember, time is only an illusion here. So it takes time for us to manifest certain things here, but in higher realms, we ain't really dealing with time and frequency. You're only dealing with frequency vibration. So things are manifested differently up there. So when you're dealing with fire, you catch a vision. You see yourself. You see a future potential of yourself. Esoterically, you just created an image, right? Boom, you created an image. You're seeing something. You're seeing and feeling an image. Now, we want to make that image our reality. We want to make what we're looking at a reality, all right? So we're going to practice exercising more fire, aka paying attention to it, keeping light on it, all right? Seeing and feeling it, envisioning it, all right? Affirmationing it. I don't even know if affirmationing is a word, but y'all know what I'm getting at. Get your affirmations in your get them out. Keep projecting and pushing out the vision that you're seeing of that. That's all fire energy. All right, keep your sight on that. So if you start a goal, there shouldn't be no point where you're not paying attention to it as this should be a daily thing. That goal you started should get a certain amount of attention or a percentage of your energy every day, if it's something you truly say you want and you want to manifest that. Because in this lifetime, it don't matter what the fuck you paying attention to. If you're paying attention to it long enough, all you're doing is placing a percentage of energy into something, and you have no choice for it to grow. So it don't matter if you're paying attention to something you want to manifest, or if you're paying attention to something you don't want to manifest. If you're paying attention to it, all you're gonna do is keep creating more experiences dealing with that energy. All right. Now, so that's the fire aspect. You want to make sure you continue to see, feel, envision that. All right. Don't let your sight off of that shit. Keep paying attention to that vision, that image. All right. Now, water. All right. Water. So when we're talking about water, now you got the image. You see it. All right. You lit up like I said, you called it an image. You lit something up. You have something to look at. You have a dream or potential to see, and now you're just paying attention to it. You're focusing on it. All right, shedding light on it. Now once you do that, now you building feelings, you building vibrations off of these things. All right, this is both yin yin, fire, both yin yin. All right, now you got vibrations that you have to settle on these things. All right, don't y'all see, the harder we feel about things, the more we might start manifesting remnants of that situation in our life. You feel like something's gonna happen, and if you're paranoid enough to keep feeling like something's gonna happen, if it's something you don't want to happen, it's gonna happen. Or a scenario, you're gonna manifest a scenario that ain't what you thinking it is, but it's gonna have the same frequency vibration. All right, it's gonna have the same feeling of what you thought was gonna happen. It just happened in a different way, but it's the same feeling. All right. So water, when we're dealing with water manifestation, it's making sure your subconscious is set on your goal. It's set on that image you're looking at. It's set on that potential dream. You have to feel that. Like when we talk about manifestation, when Novi out here saying your potential self, go be that, you have to feel that. When I'm talking about new moon, full moon, when we have new and full moon transits, and I'm telling you guys to deal with setting your new intentions during the new moon and seeing your potential self, seeing what type of potential new people, places, and things and opportunities you want to bring in your life. When you're meditating on your candles and whatnot, setting your new intentions, you need to feel. You need to feel the vibration. Excuse me, family. You need to be able to sit there and meditate and not just see, but feel what type of vibrations manifesting these things will make you feel. Upbeat, happy, light, accomplished, powerful, godly, spiritually in tune. You have to be able to feel these things. The more we could see and feel what the fuck we want, the universe has no choice but to be like, damn, here, shit. Here, have it. The universe got no choice, family. All right. So we got the yin aspect down. We have to make sure we're seeing, paying attention, shedding light on that goal every day. It needs to get a percentage, whatever that goal is. Then when it comes to water, we need to make sure we're soaking in the vibes of that goal. If you want to go to the NBA, feel what it would be. Keep every day feel like it. Like, yeah, I feel like I'm an NBA. I feel like I'm an NBA now. All right. I be hooping. I be killing dudes when I'm hooping. People be giving me accolades. I'm supposed to be in NBA because I feel like I'm in NBA now. It's just a matter of time. All right. Feel who you are now. All right. Let's jump into the yang side of manifesting. Now we're dealing with air and earth. All right. So we established the yin. We established the internal. We established how we feel and see about this goal. All right. About this relationship. About this career job. About this career this industry promotion, about whatever, right? Now, air. Okay, let's start with earth. Earth, that's the yin yang. Earth. Earth is dealing with practicality, organizing, structuring, responsibility, priority, seeing how things work, making sense of things, all right? Overall practicality. Once we see and feel that image, we see what it looked like. We picking up, we making sure we feel them vibrations. We making sure we get our spirit in tune with how that vibration feel. All right. Now we need to jump into the logic side of these of what the manifestation process is, because we can't get caught up in how we see and feel about things. Because when we get caught up in one half aspect of how we see and feel about things, we end up floating, just seeing and feeling. And when we get caught up in the logic and practicality of things, you know, it lacks a certain amount of subconscious energy backing and supporting the emotion of what you want to return to you. If you're working on something in a weak subconscious vibration, you're gonna receive a weak ass frequency vibration. So whatever you work on it. You're gonna do something good. You're gonna do something good. Let's just wrap that one up with that. All right. So when we talk about earth, earth dealing with practicality. So now we already see, feel, all right, fire, our image, our goal. And now we're feeling on it. We're soaking in the vibrations. We're continuously seeing, imagining us feeling that lifestyle, feeling that potential, feeling those goals. All right, making it feel like our natural emotional state already, even though it ain't physically manifested. All right, you got to be able to feel that what it feel like to be in that career, that goal, that relationship before you get in it. You got to be able to feel rich before you get rich. Period. All right. So, earth, when we get to earth, now it's time to practicalize how we see and feel about this. All right. So, for example, all right, I see myself being a millionaire. I see the image. I see me spending the money. I see me making the money. I see me dressing better. I see me having more jewelry. I see me getting more attention. Whatever that comes with being fucking rich. All right. And then now you feeling it. It's like, ooh, I feel it. Like I feel abundant. I feel like I would be able to open up more opportunities for people. I feel rich. I feel like I'm already spiritually rich, like which we are spiritually rich in the esoteric realm. There ain't no such thing as money. Everybody is rich. But now you're seeing and feeling these things. You're in the vibration of it. All right. Now earth is earth time. Now we got to get practical. We got to get the blueprint. We got to see what makes sense about this, about being a millionaire. All right. What's the time frame? How much money do we need to make every year to be a millionaire? What age do I want to be a millionaire at? All right. So let's be realistic. I work this job now. I need to open up these two businesses. I need to at least be making $200K by the end of next year if I want to be a millionaire. But you feel me? It's practicality. I have to learn how other people work on things. I have to learn how other people structure and organize things. Structure and organize things, dealing with their dreams and their feelings and their emotions and their thoughts. Earth energy, organizing and structuring and trying to make that a stability, trying to make that physical reality. All right. When we talk about earth, we talk about physical resources. All right. So we always got to jump into practicality when we're trying to manifest something. It has to be a blueprint. It has to be it has to be something we're working on. It has to be something we physically executing every day to see it grow. All right. It can't grow if we're not putting no action, no practical action into anything, and we're not seeing the practical details of how to work on something. If we're not seeing the practical details of what needs to be readjusted. All right. So earth energy is always needed when we talk about manifestation. All right. And like I said, we doing these things every day. What step have I missed when it comes to anything you guys have manifested? You guys have, for everything you guys manifested so far, you use every one of them. You done seen it, you felt it, you worked on it, and now we get into air. All right. Dealing with the thought of it. Air is dealing with thinking, the logic, all right, the left brain. So it's dealing with thoughts and communication. So being able, now this is very similar to fire and air, especially because they're both the yang yang. Well, fire is yang yin, air is yang yang. So it's the external side of the yang, which earth is the feminine side of the yang. Air is the external, so it's gonna communicate. It wants to push out everything it was organizing, practicalizing. It wants to push out the thought. It wants to push out the idea. It wants to push out the communication, the relatability. How we gonna know your dreams and what you want to manifest and your presence, your energy, if there's no sense of you pushing out your thought, pushing out your idea, pushing that out into the physical realm? All right, this is why air signs is always talking about what they got going on in their mind. All right. Now, you could obviously stay down, be to yourself, and work on what you got to work on. But understand, when we're talking about air, period, air is dealing with communicating and relatability and thinking. So anything we manifest is going to have some type of form of thinking to it. There's some things that we're going to have to use logic to work around, especially because we had to use practicality to organize certain things. So then there's going to be times where we have to use logic to see how we're going to have a logical approach of it. What's the smartest way for us to manifest something? All right. How logical is it for us to associate ourselves with certain people for this goal? How logical is it for us to or is it logical for me to relate and communicate and push out this idea to this person and help them start paying attention and feeling that same image? All right. Because two stars is always better than one. All right. So this is what we want to keep in mind when we're talking about the elements, manifestation. Family, we manifesting 24/7, all right? We manifesting 24/7, subconsciously and consciously, all right? And we're manifesting what we want subconsciously more than consciously. So when we start understanding what we're really doing in the yin, aka the internal, aka with our fire and water, okay, and how we push out the fire because that's yang and external too, and how we deal with our yang, aka our air and earth, with our logic and practicality, and how we're aligning these things with what we're doing in our life, that shows us right there. Manifest spirituality, everything correlates, everything come around, and we're already doing a lot of these things. It's just gaining the awareness of what your spirit is actually doing in this lifetime. Your spirit know what it's doing. Your spirit know what it's doing, but you got lost. We get lost. We got indoctrinated. We came into this realm. We've been taught this, taught that, and then we have to get back to learn how to be in tune and have that relationship with our spirit and see signs and follow intuition, deal with the subconscious, understand these patterns and habits and cycles in our life are not just random. That's for my spiritual path. That's like trying to teach me something because I'm supposed to evolve into this and that. All right. And also, now that we know what energies our element is really dealing with, all right, if you're a fire sign, you know you're dealing with more so how you see about things. So you got to be careful that you don't create imbalances on only seeing this portion of certain things in your life. You don't want to make sure you just see and feel this much, all right, because you're dealing with sight. Water signs, you're dealing with, the feelings and emotions in the internal. So now you truly understand that if I'm feeling the wrong thing, this is what I'm manifesting, especially if you have your water and moon or your Cancer moon. All right. And then when we have fire, you guys know you're dealing with pushing out the feeling, emotion, feeling and expressing. All right. You guys know you can be more impulsive with that because you feel and you're not honing in. You're dealing with the yang, how to get that out, how to make it an expression, how to make this feeling seen. So you got to make sure that you don't create imbalances on your actions with that. And then earth signs, you're dealing with practicality, learning from others, structuring, being grounded, organized. So you guys just want to make sure you're not so grounded, so practical that you don't move as quick because you got to check so much. You got to be that detailed. You got to see what's structured. You got to be that organized. Every step take that much time. All right. You got to learn to kind of certain things, feel it out too. So this is what we really dealing with, family. But y'all already know what it is. It's your guy Boro, the lucky Libra. All right. And make sure y'all tap into the website, family, free downloadables. You guys go ahead and check out our reading options. All right. And y'all already know, guys. Stay tapped in, stay tuned in. And me, Novi, Tamaya, Chris, and the Hounds, we're going to keep on dropping these gems on y'all, family. Alright? Peace.